Let's do it. Hi everybody, welcome back for a little bit of yoga in the middle of your day. I hope you have some time to roll out your mat, maybe grab a couple of blocks if you need them. Let's stretch, let's move the body, let's breathe, and let's, take a minute just to unwind, give ourselves a time to quiet down, find some stillness, then go back to work all refreshed. Let's begin in a comfortable seated position on the mat. You can either sit on your heels. I'm sitting on a block on my heels. You can sit cross-legged, whatever is comfortable for you. Please feel free to modify any part of your practice today as it makes sense for you to do. And the rest of it we will play by ear. So once you find a comfortable seat, bring your hands to your legs. You can go palms down, you can go palms up, whatever feels good here, and let the eyes close. Taking a moment as we start just to get grounded with the breath. All right, letting go of everything off the mat. Bringing your awareness to being on the mat. Tuning into the breath as it moves through the body. Maybe start sitting a little bit taller. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthening the breath, keeping the breath moving in and out through the nose. Let your inhales flow right into your exhales. Start to engage the Ujjayi breath. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. And start to open up the eyes. And let's come up onto hands and knees. And if you're sitting on a block or a blanket, just move it to the side. Placing your wrists underneath your shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. You can tuck or untuck the toes here, whatever feels better on the knees. As you inhale, arching the spine, come into a little cow pose. Let the eyes look up. On the exhale, rounding down into cat pose. Pressing up between the shoulder blades, head down. Inhaling, arching. Exhaling, rounding down. It'll be the slow inhale for the back bend, then rounding on the exhale, releasing. Let's give it 3 more breaths. Exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. One more time. Let's come back to a neutral spine. Start tucking the toes. Let's get right to it. Downward facing dog, lifting the hips up and back. And in your first down dog of the day, feel free to walk out the feet, bending the knees back and forth. Just shaking things off, stretching things out as we prepare the body for some more movement here. On an inhale, roll it forward to plank pose, lining up the shoulders over the wrist, and with little readjusting between the hands and the feet, return to your down dog. Hips high, heels down. Let's put a little bend in the knees, looking forward through the hands. Walk your feet up to the front of the mat. Folding over the legs, let your feet separate about hip width distance apart, with your hands in front of you on the mat. And again, if you have blocks, you can always put your hands on blocks if that's going to help you out here. But it can just be fingertips reaching down. Bend up at the right knee with your left leg straightening out. Keep the right hand or fingertips down. Lift your left arm up. So your chest is lifting, but we're opening up through the left leg. We're opening up through the left hip. Let's take one more inhale. On the exhale, lower the left hand. Let's go the other way. Start to straighten out the right leg. Put a deep bend in the left knee. Chest up. Keep the left hand or the fingertips down. Pick up the right arm. Reaching up through the right fingertips, right? Opening up. Stretching out. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, lower the right hand down. Then keeping the feet right where they are. Slight bend in the knees. Roll up slowly to stand. As you press down, uncurl all the way up. Standing tall, drop the shoulders back, let the palms slightly turn forward. Big inhale, sweep the arms around and up, grabbing the right wrist with your left thumb and index finger or middle finger. Stretch up, stretch over to the left side. Keep the tailbone reaching down. Lifting up, soften the shoulders out of the ears, and on your inhale, come to center. Stretching up and over to the right side. So grabbing the right hand to the left wrist. Right, press down, lift up. On the inhale, take it to the center. Dive over the legs as you exhale, folding over. Lift up the chest, lengthen the spine, maybe palms to shins. Exhaling, step the left leg back in a low lunge. Step the right foot back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring it forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Inhale, slide it through into low cobra, Bhujangasana. The palms down, chest up with the elbows bending. Returning to down dog, or you can take child's pose. Let's be here for 3 deep breaths. And coming up onto your hands and knees, start tucking the toes, down dog if you're not already in down dog. Put a little bend in the knees, look forward through the hands and walk or lightly hop your feet to the front of the mat. Lift up the chest on the inhale. Exhale, round it down as you fold. Big inhale, sweep the arms around and up as you rise up. Grab the right wrist, stretch up and over to the left. Coming back to center, grab the left wrist, stretch up and over to the right side. Returning to center, dive over the legs. Inhaling, lift up the chest, maybe palms to shins. Exhaling, step the right foot back in low lunge. The left foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring it forward to plank. Exhale, lower to chaturanga or drop the knees to modify. Inhale, cobra or maybe up dog with the straight arms this time. Bring it back to down dog or child's pose. 3 deep breaths. One more breath. And little bend in the knees from your down dog. Look forward, step or float the feet up to the front of the mat. Chest up, inhale. Exhale, round it down. Let's step the feet together, toes and heels all the way touching. Bend the knees so your fingertips reach toward the mat, setting up chair pose, Utkatasana. Lift the arms high, drop the shoulders out of the ears. We're sitting nice and deep, keeping the toes resting easy on the mat. We're not gripping the toes, we're not lifting the toes. One more inhale, look up if you can. On the exhale, dive over the legs, step the left leg back in a low lunge. Spin the back heel down at a 45-degree angle, setting up warrior one. Sweep the arms up. Soften the shoulders. Bring both palms together overhead. Interlace all 10 fingers. Flip the palms high. Maybe looking up at the backs of the hands if you can. Give it one more breath. Good. Let's release the arms. Come into warrior two. Reach out to the side. Look over the right middle finger. Let's reverse the warrior sweep. The right arm over. Keep the right knee pointing forward. Lower both hands to the mat. Step into plank pose. Let's come into a side plank. Roll to the outer right foot. You'll be facing the left side of the room. The left leg stacks on top. You can modify this any way you choose. If you want to drop the right knee on the mat, you can. Or if you want to even challenge yourself, go the other way, float the left leg up. Keeping the breath moving, give it one more big inhale. Exhale, come back to center plank, deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Returning as you exhale to down dog. Big inhale, lift the right leg up. On the exhale, low lunge, step your foot through the hands. Step all the way to the front, fold over the legs, dropping the head down. Heel toe the feet all the way together, bend the knees deep, Utkatasana, lift the arms high. Sinking the tailbone down, look up if you can, one more inhale. Exhale, dive over the legs. Sending the right foot back in low lunge. Warrior one, back heel spins down, float the arms high. Once again, with both palms coming together overhead, change the grip so the opposite pinky finger sits on top. Then flip the palms up. Draw the left hip back a little, bend the left knee a little deeper if you can. One more deep breath. Good. Let's release the grip. Open the arms out. Warrior two. Look over the left middle finger. Reversing the warrior, sweep the left arm up. Lower both hands to the mat. Step to plank pose. We're taking our side plank, Vashisthasana, going the other way. Roll to the outer left foot. Face the right side of the room, right? Facing the opposite side. And you can either keep both legs straight, one on top of the other. You can drop the bottom knee. You can float the right leg up. Or any other variations you worked on from the first side. Give it one more deep breath in. On the exhale, lower the right hand, return to center, and you can either go straight to down dog or flow through chaturanga, up dog. Returning to downward facing dog. Inhaling, lift the left leg. Exhale to low lunge, step your foot through. Step all the way up to the front of the mat, fold over the legs. With your feet separating hip width distance apart, grab onto your big toes in yogi toe lock. First two fingers of each hand. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round it down. Soften the shoulders out of the ears. Keep the sit bones lifting high. And if you're modifying here, you're just going to take your hands to opposite elbows as you fold over the legs, right? So that's always an option for you too. All right, wherever you are, you're just folding and keeping the head, crown of the head softening toward the mat. Let's take one more breath. On your next inhale, let's lift the chest. Exhaling, releasing out the toes. Bring your feet all the way back together again. Bend the knees deep. Utkatasana. Lift the arms high. Bring both palms to prayer at the heart. Twist to the right side so your left elbow hooks outside the right knee. Chest up. Look over the right shoulder. Lengthening the spine. On your next inhale, come to center. Dive over the legs as you exhale. Step the left leg back in low lunge. Warrior one. Back heel spins down, float the arms all the way up. This time when both palms come together overhead, interlace the fingers, index fingers reaching up toward the sky. Try keeping the biceps close to the ears. Let's do some warrior three. Lift your back leg off the mat. Let the arms reach all the way forward. Draw the left leg back. Try to level the hips a little bit, keeping the arms strong so the arms aren't softening away from the ears. Keep them glued to the ears. One more breath. Let's return to warrior one. Bring the left foot back, turn the heel down, separate the hands overhead. Warrior two again, arms reach out to the side. Straightening out the front leg, adding triangle pose, Trikonasana. Turn the arms, lower the right hand toward the mat. Maybe use a block if you like. Reach up through the left fingertips. Keeping the breath moving. One more time. Good. Then start bending up at the right knee. Lower both hands to the mat on the inside of the right foot, coming into a wide-legged forward fold on the left side. Walk your hands to the left. Turn the right toes in, straightening out both legs. So now both feet are parallel to each other as you fold over the legs. All right, if the knees need to bend, let them bend. If the legs are straight, please keep a slight micro bend in the knees. We want to make sure we're not locking out the knees here. On your inhale, lift the chest. Exhaling, bring your hands to the waist and with a flat back, press up slow all the way to stand. Turn the right toes forward again as we transition into warrior two. Bend the right knee, reach the arms out. Big inhale. On the exhale, come into side angle pose. Drop the right elbow on the thigh. Sweep the left arm down, around and up. Chest up, tailbone lengthening down the back leg. And if you want to work this deeper, you can straighten the right arm. You can wrap the left arm around the lower back. Give it one more deep breath. Then looking down at your right foot, lower both hands to the mat, turn on the back toes so your hips level out, step all the way forward to the front of the mat, folding over the legs, again with your feet about hip width distance apart. Padahastasana, hand to foot pose. This time we're lifting the toes, lifting the fronts of the feet. Slide the hands underneath as best you can until they reach almost towards your wrist crease, right? And if they don't go that far, don't worry, just give it a try. Or take your hands to opposite elbows. Drop the head down, toes down, continue folding in on yourself. One more breath. Big inhale, lift the chest. Exhaling, releasing out the hands from the feet. Heel toe the feet back together again. Bend the knees deep, chair pose, Utkatasana, palms to prayer at the heart. Now we twist left, bring the right elbow outside the left knee, chest up, thumbs at the heart center, look over the left shoulder. On your next inhale, come to center. Dive over the legs as you exhale. The right foot steps back in low lunge. Warrior one, the right heel 45-degree angle. Sweep the arms up. Keep both arms lifting, palms together. Interlace the fingers, index fingers still reaching up. Hug the biceps to the ears. Warrior three, start coming forward. Lift the right leg off the mat. Level the hips a little bit. So we want to make sure the right hip, I got to step back a little, make sure the right hip isn't hiking up here. If it feels pretty challenging to do, you're doing it right. One more breath. Return to warrior one, bring the right foot back, come up, separate the hands. Warrior two, reach it out to the side. Setting up triangle, Trikonasana, straighten the left leg, turn the arms, lower the left hand, reach the right arm up, looking up past the fingertips. Soften the front knee a little. We want to make sure we're not locking the front knee either. Give it one more deep breath. Good. Start to bend the left knee. Lower your hands to the mat inside the left foot as we take our wide-legged forward fold. Going to the right side, walk the hands to the right, straightening out both legs. Turn the left toes in. So again, both feet are wide apart, parallel to each other as you fold over the legs. And you can do the same thing you did on the first side, or if you like, you can interlace all 10 fingers behind the back. Right, reaching the arms up, that might feel good. Maybe even just keeping your hands on your waist is another variation, or grabbing onto your big toes. One more breath. Then start to lift the chest as you lengthen the spine. Bring your hands to the waist, and with a flat back, press up slow, all the way up to stand. Warrior two, turn the left toes forward, bend the left knee, reach the arms out, come into side angle pose. Start with the left elbow on the left thigh, sweep the right arm down, around and up. Keep the chest up so you're not collapsing on your left shoulder here, right? Head up. Feel free to take the half bind. If you did that on the first side, wrap the right arm. You can straighten the left arm toward the mat. One more breath. Looking down at your left foot, lower both hands to the mat. Plank pose, step the left leg back. Let's take our side plank, Vashisthasana, go the other way. Your left hand is down, facing the right side of the room. The right leg is on top. And once again, modify as you need, but really try to be doing the same thing from one side to the other if you can, right, with something like this. We want to try to find the same shape. One more breath. Let's return to center plank. And either go directly back to down dog, or you can chaturanga up dog on the way. Taking it back to your down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, lift up the right leg. Put a bend in the knee, come into pigeon pose, slide the right knee through. Left leg back, sit tall. And if you need, you can always place a block or blanket under the right hip or thigh. Try to keep the hips level so you're not sliding off to the right side or to the left. Walk the hands out, lower the forehead to the mat. And of course, please modify here if you need. You're gonna turn around and lay on your back, doing the reverse figure 4 if you need to. One more breath. And start to release it out as you slide the hands in, lift the head, the chest up, removing any props you might have under the right hip or thigh. Roll to the right side, bring the left leg around, coming into Janu Shirshasana. So the left leg remains straight, the right foot presses against the inner left thigh. The hips should be squared off to the front edge of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, reach forward and grab the left foot using a strap if you need a more reasonable grip or a towel or something. You can put a little bend in the left knee if that makes sense for the hamstring. Let's give it one more breath. On your next inhale, we're lifting the chest. Exhaling, releasing out the foot. Let's bend up at both knees. Roll back slightly off your tailbone, coming into Navasana boat pose. Lifting the legs, let go, so the arms reach out, chest up, and you can hold it here. If you're up to challenge yourself, you can straighten out the legs. All right, gazing toward the toes. Just letting the breath move. One more breath. Start bending at the knees, crossing at the ankles, come forward onto hands and knees as we transition back to down dog. So you can go directly back from here. You can take your plank chaturanga up dog if you like that as well. Let's take one more breath. Switching up the sides, now it's the left leg lifting up. Putting a bend in the knee, come into pigeon pose, slide the knee through. Right leg back, making sure the right toes are pointing back. Prop yourself if you need, modify if you need. When you're ready, reach forward, extending forward, forehead down. Soften the shoulders, soften the hands. All right, just try to find those spots in the body where you know you hold tension, and just focus on the breath, moving through those areas to open up some space. One more breath. And start releasing as you slide the hands in, lift away from the mat, removing any props you might have under the left leg. Roll to the left leg, bring the right leg around. Janu Shirshasana. The right leg is straight, the left foot against the inner right thigh. Sit tall, inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach forward, grabbing the right foot. Keep the crown of the head lengthening toward the toes. One more breath. Big inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, releasing out the foot. Let's bend up at the knees one more time. Let's do some boat pose, Navasana. Roll back slightly off the tailbone, lifting the legs. Chest up. You can keep the knees bending. You can straighten the legs. One more breath. Let's bend the knees. This time, roll onto your back. So as you roll back, hug your knees in toward the chest. If it feels good, you can rock a little bit side to side, maybe grab a happy baby pose. Then bring your right knee in toward the chest. Extend the left leg out on the mat. Let's do a nice reclining twist. Hold on to the right knee with your left hand, twisting to the left. Drop your right arm out to the side. Turn your head to the right and breathe. One more time. Coming back to the middle, letting go of the right leg, bring the left knee in. Let's go the other way, twist right, left arm out, turn your head to the left. One more deep breath. Let's bring it to the middle again. Bring the knees in. Bring your feet back to the mat. Soles of the feet touch together. Drop the knees out. Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel free to rest your hands and arms where it's comfortable. Maybe hands on the legs, maybe belly, or maybe just let the arms drop out to the sides. Then folding the knees back together again. You can windshield wiper the knees a little side to side. And then coming back to the middle as we continue winding things down before we take our Shavasana today. I always like to offer the inversion practice of your choice. So certainly if you have a headstand practice, you can take headstand, but typically we're working on something like shoulder stand, Sarvangasana, option 1, right? You can hands to the lower back, lift the legs up. Please, please, please do not turn your head when you're here in shoulder stand, only looking at your toes. So that's option 1. If you have a block, you can option 2, take the block on the flat side, lift the hips and slide the block under like you're doing a supported bridge. Lift the legs up. This is a modified shoulder stand. And of course, since you're in your own home, if you want to take your mat to the wall and put legs up the wall, absolutely fine to go fully restorative. And let's give it another 3 to 5 breaths right here. Then slowly releasing. If you're using a block or something under the back, make sure the feet touch down first. Lift the hips, remove the block. Right? And from your shoulder stand, same thing. Just kind of release out. You'll be on your back. You can fish pose, straight legs, chest up, top of the head on the mat so the shoulders drop back. You can also, if you like, roll onto your belly for cobra pose. We did that at the start of our practice. Just a little counter stretch so the body can better integrate the benefits of the inversions. Let's give it one more breath here. Let's all return onto the back, hug the knees in. Again, you can rock a little side to side to release if that feels good. Happy baby, or any other little stretch that you'd like to take, just working out the final kinks in the body. Let the arms drop out toward the sides with both palms facing up in an open gesture of receiving. The eyes close, letting go of the Ujjayi breath. Just letting the body soften on the mat. Enjoying these few last moments of our practice. Letting the body restore itself. Begin lengthening the breath. Gradually returning awareness to the body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Maybe gently roll the head a little side to side. Reaching the arms overhead, enjoying a nice waking stretch. And bring the knees in toward the chest. Rolling slowly over to the right side, pausing here for just a moment. And coming back up to a comfortable seated position on the mat. Bringing both palms together at the heart. Let your chin soften to the chest. Taking another opportunity as you return your attention inward. Following the inhales. Following the exhales. And just enjoying the stillness, remembering that it's always here for you to tap into. Let's always take the opportunity to honor our efforts and honor our practice today. Namaste.